Hello everybody out there in the YouTube world. Had a couple people want me to make a new video. Hadn't made one in a while. Thought I'd catch y'all up on what I've been doing with Betty here. Some of it you can see, some of it you can't. But we got new tires. They needed it real bad. We almost had a catastrophe. We got out on the road with her and got home. She was shaking real bad, and I got home and had a huge blowout on the tire. I don't know how it was holding there, but had a big knot on it. So we got new tires, all new brakes, done every bit of that. Put it back to original with the drum brakes, but it's all new. Got the park brake working and all that stuff. That was a pretty big chore. But then I done a few things that you might be able to tell from our previous videos. I started working on the inside because my lovely wife decided she just had to have a radio put in it. So she bought a radio, and that turned into a lot because there were some things that needed to be done. Somebody had cut the dash to put in another radio. I ended up buying a new panel for the radio hole and welding that in, and then I ended up had to take speedometer and all out. The speedometer wasn't working. Ended up putting a new speedometer and a new bezel on the speedometer. And of course we put a new dash, and of course I painted it. It was black. Didn't really match good, I didn't think. So while I had all that out, I had to take all the gauges and stuff out. And while I had all this out, our heater wasn't working because the heater bezel down there was messed up, and it didn't have the ductwork for the heater. We'll walk around on the other side and I'll show you that. But I took that out, rebuilt it, bought a new little bezel down there and the new cables and the whole works, and redone that, put the radio in, redone the instrument cluster. I didn't have to buy the temperature gauge or the fuel gauge, they were still good, but I had to buy a new speedometer. Put it in. That was a pretty good little chore. But hey, there's a piece of my masking tape I didn't get off. But I painted the steering column, and for some reason it was black too. I don't know why, but I painted it, and I left a piece of tape on it, but I got it. Anyway, that's pretty much what we done. I know that don't sound like a lot.
It does sound like a lot.
I did have to fix this. I bought a new, I don't know what you call it, but the little inside piece that holds that in there. I had this, but I didn't have the guts for it. Had to buy that. Got a new gear stick knob, a new dash, new radio, all that kind of stuff.
She's looking good.
I had to make me a handle for my park brake. I bought one, and it was plastic. First time I pulled it, it broke. So I took the little metal insert that's down in where it slides over the tube there. Took it out, welded me a piece of flat bar on it, and grinded it down, painted it. That ain't gonna break.
Nope.
I wasn't gonna buy another plastic one, so I just made me one. It ain't quite as pretty as the new one, but it works. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. It works.
And it's kind of dirty from sitting in the shed. I hosed her off, but I didn't wash it really. It's kind of dirty from sitting in the shed.
That's all right. She's still pretty.
Anyway, got new tires, cleaned up the wheels.
Got a new front tag.
Yeah, got her a tag. We're going to get it
1965.
registered with that tag whenever she gets around to going and getting the tag
Are we?
for it.
I thought we were going to register the antique tag.
Well, one or the other.
It don't matter.
Whichever one they'll let us do. But she is roadworthy. She's ready to hit the road. And she's running pretty good. I'll crank her up and let you hear. She's doing pretty good. I've still got some things that I want to do. My next project is in the engine bay. And I'll show you what I'm planning on doing next.
You'll have to speak loud.
I've got a steel fuel line to put on it. I'm going to do that. Well, clean all this. I'm going to paint it. I'm going to paint the engine and clean up the engine bay. The paint's not too bad on the engine bay. I may not have to paint it. We'll see. But I am going to paint the motor back to the original colors. And I have, you can hear it's still got a little bit of exhaust leak. So I've got a new manifold gasket, put that on. I got a new valve cover gasket. It's not leaking much, but it is leaking slightly. And I'm going to paint that anyway, so I want to take it off. And I changed, of course, the heater hose is going to I put a new heater core in it. Of course, while I had that box out, I certainly wasn't going to take it out again. That's a chore. And I put a new fan in it too, because you don't want to take that box apart unless you need to. So I'm going to put. I didn't change this hose yet. I'm going to do that. I don't know what this thing is. Some kind of flush thing, but I'm taking that out. I don't like it. And I'll change that while I'm doing all that. But I'm going to clean her up and get her painted up. I didn't paint this. I don't know if I'd paint that since y'all seen it. I thought it would be blue, but the original color of this motor, according to the internet, is this is orange, and the engine is black, and the intake and exhaust are just not even painted. So I'll probably paint that exhaust stuff with rust inhibitor or something, I don't know. But I guess I'll go back with the original color. I sure do like the Ford blue, and I'm leaning towards doing that, but everything I've read, that engine's supposed to be black, except for this and this. If I'm wrong, you can comment, let me know. But I've actually never seen one in person that was that color, but every time I look it up, and I've looked it up a bunch of times because I want it to be right, and black, orange, and that's the right paint number there. It's Ford. I forget orange, I guess, but that's what color it's supposed to be according to the paint number. And I've got the black for the block also, so I guess that's what I'll do. I'm going to change oil in it again. I've changed it twice, but she's doing pretty good. She's doing really good, actually. I don't know, I'm thinking about doing away with the points, but I still kind of iffy about it. They're working, so I've cleaned them a couple of times actually, but doing good. And still gotta have shocks. All because my wife had to have a radio. I was wanting to do all this first, but she had to have a radio, and that snowballed into about 3 weeks worth of work. So that dash being gobbled up, I tried to fix it without buying that vinyl and cutting and welding and all that crap, but it just wasn't happening. It had to be done. So there you go.
It looks good.
That's about all I know to tell you, so I'll get you an update soon. I hope to get this part done next. Get it looking good. And then I'm going to start on shocks and suspension and stuff. The suspension in this car is not terrible, but it's not perfect. It's got some worn bushings and stuff like that. And I'm going to, you can buy a kit for the front end of this thing for about $300. I'm going to buy one of those and just rip it all out and put new in it. So, but that's down the road. It's okay. It's safe. I think everything's safe. I got the brakes, new tires. She's running pretty good. I think she's ready to hit the road for the time being until we go further. So that's what we're doing. So thank y'all for watching.